Okay, so I'm going to quickly recap the things that I did in session 4, but I just want to show you a few things that are coming up next week. A question was asked whether we can use script to set things active, and so you can see as I press the space bar, the halo is disappearing and reappearing. Also, there's a capsule that is moving from left to right. It just bounced the ball off. That's a ping pong effect. And there's another script that I've in play here, which is the cube in the middle. You can see the cube has just risen, and the cube, if I press a key, it keeps going higher and higher and higher. So that's linear interpolation using lerp. I will show you lerp. Lerp can be used for many things, but I'll show you lerp. I'll show you ping pong, and I'll show you how to set things active and inactive, like the ball. See, the ball disappears and reappears. So these few scripts I'll show you. Let me first make a new scene and just recap what we did today. I just got my script. So we spawned the balls, we applied a random color. Okay, let's see. So first I'm going to create a cube. I'll go 10 by 10, make it 10.5. I've just reset my camera here, and I'm just going to move my camera somewhere here. Actually, I might reset my box and then reset my camera. Okay. Now what I did was I made another game object like a capsule. I gave it a color, so I've just got a color here which I'm going to drop on it. I made this capsule, let me call it a health pack. I put it in a prefab. Oh, I already had a capsule there. Okay, I've just made a health pack. What I did was I assigned a script to this called random color. I'm going to move this one into scripts first. Close all of these. So random color, what I did was whenever this object instantiates and starts, whenever it comes into existence, uh, I first declared a variable of data type color called my color, and I said my color is equal to color dot red, and I can say game object dot. I need to get the component. Get component material dot color. So I get the component, the material dot color, and I assign it to my color. So now whenever I instantiate it, and I need a instantiator, so I'm going to use a spawn script. If you have seen my last video, you should have the spawn script. So I have a spawn script here. I can make a copy of it. I'll just make a copy of it. I'll call it spawn2. Now remember, if you make a copy of a script, spawn2, this should be called spawn2 here, otherwise it won't work. So I need a game object. And let me see, I don't need the starting position. I just need a game object, and I'm going to loop it and spawn it. I'm going to instantiate it. So let me go and see. I'm going to make a script holder. 3 object, create empty script holder. You can assign it to the camera, no problem. But I like to have the script holder. I made spawn2. Spawn2 has errors. That's why it's not coming here. Spawn2 void start. Okay, it's come. Spawn2. What's the game object I want to spawn? See, that's my public variable, public game object HPAC. I go into prefab and I say this is the HPAC. Yeah. Now if I spawn this, oh, error. Material dot color. Sorry, I forgot to put the brackets, I think. Yeah, so there it's spawning. Yeah. Now I just need to check where did I put that other script in the prefab. I did not put the random color, so I'm just going to add it to HPAC script. Oh, it says I don't have a material here, so I'm just going to drop a material here. Why don't I have a default material? So this has got a standard shader. This also has a standard shader. Just going to check the script I did earlier on. Get component renderer, not material. Okay, got the wrong component, so I have to actually get component renderer and then material.color. Get component renderer dot material dot color. So syntax, that's why you need to remember. Once a script is working, treat it like absolutely gold. So this actually is okay. So this should give me red capsules. Yeah, now I got red capsules. Cool. And now instead of saying my color, what I did say earlier that we could make new color, and because color is RGB, you can even have alpha. And when you lerp a color, you can even lerp the alpha and fade things off. But I'm just going to give it an RGB for now. So basically I need a red, I need a green, and I need a blue, right? I need a red, I need a green, I need a blue. For red, I'm going to say random dot range from 0, 1 F. So all the floating values, I'm going to copy that to green to blue. So I'm just saying any of the 16.7 million colors. So now when I spawn it, I should get varying colors. Yeah, and I just want to get a nice Y value for my spawning. So I wanted to spawn on the surface. So if I just place it on the surface, Y value is 1.33, good enough for me. So in my spawn, the Y value I'm going to say 1.33F. So now when I spawn it, 1.33F, save. Sounds like, right? HPAC, that's the X value, that's the Y value. No matter what Y value I use, it's just not taking it. Let me see if this script actually works. Oh, you see the see, see the error here. I have attached spawn, but I'm actually modifying spawn 2, and some of you probably saw this. So I need to remove this guy. I need to add component spawn 2. Save it. Go back to 5, 1.33, and that should work. Yeah, so now it's working. Cool. So when you have multiple scripts, you can have these problems. I'm modifying one, I'm attaching the one. So I had attached spawn, but I was modifying spawn 2. So anyway, I spawned an object, and the object has got a random color script, so it generates the random colors. I'll upload the scripts besides this video. The next thing I did was game object, 3D object, I got a cube, and the cube I placed on the surface. I'll just give it a material so that we can see it. Maybe this should do the trick. Yep. I'm going to call this hero, and hero needs to move. So I attached a movement script to this object. So I went into script, and I'm going to call it move cube, create script, move hero. Title case for methods, move hero. Now what we did was in update we said that it should transform dot translate. It's one of the easiest ways of doing it. There are many other ways. You can add a force to it when a key was pressed, but if you say transform dot translate, and you can specify XYZ. See, XYZ. But we want the X, Y, and Z to come from the keys. So we can say um, input dot get access, input dot get access, horizontal, correct spelling with H capital, comma. In Y we don't care. In Y we are not going to move it. But in Z we can also say input dot get access, and that will be, so horizontal is X, Z will be vertical. So as you move the keys forward and backward. So with this simple thing I should be able to move my player. I need to attach the script to my hero, add component, scripts, move hero. So you can see now it's going really fast. I can actually do this. I can say float move X equals and float move Y equals. It's going to take all of this, put it into move X divide by 10, so it just slows down. If you want to speed it up, you just multiply it by some value. And instead of using that big thing, I'm going to say move X. This whole thing I'm going to cut it, paste it into move Y divide by 10, and now I'm just going to say move Y. You can see it's moving a bit more slowly. Now the thing that I did was I added a rigid body to this, to my hero, a rigid body. And if I add a rigid body to my capsule, I can push them around. You can see because of the rigid bodies, I see that I can push these capsules around. You can see I topple over. So the last thing I wanted to show you was that once you attach a rigid body, you can freeze the X, Y, and Z. So your hero doesn't rotate itself, it doesn't topple over. See? So you can constrain it, and you learn these things. And here you've made a simple pushing game. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. Sorry it got too long. I had some trouble with the code, but it was good. You saw how I debugged it. Okay, so these were the main things. There was a lot more done in the 4-hour class, but this is the main critical thing that you should know from that session.